Bone got a book, Bone got a book that's off the hook. Bone got a book, Bone got a book, Bone got a book that's off the hook. Talking about a story, the description alone impels people from around the world to support. Think about building dreams from the ground, started a family, making moves, spreading sound. Got a record label, spitting truth in the boot, but life threw a curve, tested the roots. Read about it. The story sold on Amazon.com, Micpt.com, other places indefinitely. The autographed books at the Made store, clothing and accessory store, resilience in the fold. Stories sold one book at a time, one subscriber at a time. Come on, let's support Bone. The game ain't safe. Story written by author Bone and sold on Amazon.com, Micpt.com. All right. Welcome back to the MCPT Reading Circle podcast. And we're going to do something different here. I'm going to share the screen and we will go through the one and only book. I am going to obviously post it on blog spot as well. But today, yes, indeed, so that we can do this together. Let me release this overlay right now. All right, there we are. So we have MICPT Reading Circle featuring today the book by Arlice Marshall. And I'm your host, Michelle Farrell. And shout out to the one and only Bone, the owner of the Made Compton store. Yes, indeed. Please note, yes, he has another book now as well. We'll talk about his book on another reading circle. But you can always come to the Made Compton store and purchase his books as well. All right. So as I see, you can see that very well going forward. Instead of just having the overlay. Episode theme is where books come alive through conversation. So welcome to the MICPT Reading Circle. Once again, this is the place where books become conversations, authors become educators, and every page invites us to think a little deeper. Today's feature book was written by Arlice Marshall. Rather than reading the entire book, we're taking a closer look at its message, themes, and purpose while inviting you to discover the complete story for yourself. If something you hear today inspires you, we encourage you to support the author by purchasing a copy of the book. And definitely, we have copies inside the Made Compton store. So let's begin. Yes, her title is There's Nothing to It But to Do It. And yes, again, listening and are you reading? When you hear this podcast, Arlice Marshall. The genre is a self-help book. It's like personal development. It's motivational. So I just wrote all three of them. All right, this book belongs to the self-help and personal development genre, encouraging readers to move beyond hesitation and take meaningful action. Rather than simply talking about goals, there's nothing to it but to do it. Challenges readers to embrace discipline, confidence, and perseverance. If you've ever needed a reminder that progress begins with the first step, this book offers practical encouragement to stop waiting and start doing. This book also spotlights one of the exclusive benefits available through the book placement service at the Made Compton store. This is an example. Authors who participate in the program receive opportunities to have their books introduced to new audiences through our media platforms, helping readers discover stories they may not have otherwise encountered. Wait till we get to chapter 8. We're going to read a couple of pages. Why listeners should care. That's most of the time people want to know. Every book carries a lifetime of experiences, lessons, imagination, and perspective that can inspire, educate, or challenge the way we think. Now, the MICPT Reading Circle gives you a chance to discover books you may have never picked up on your own while supporting independent authors who are contributing their voices to our communities. Whether you're an avid reader, an aspiring writer, an educator, or simply someone who enjoys meaningful conversations. This spotlight is an invitation to explore new ideas and connect with stories that have the power to inform, encourage, and leave a lasting impression. Today's discussion may introduce you to your next favorite read or inspire you to begin writing your own story. So now, as part of the book Spotlight, the one and only There's Nothing to It But to Do It by Arlice Marshall. Of course, every book has a central message. There's an intended audience by the author herself, and we will have an interview with her, just so you know. And why the topic matters today, it may apply to you. Questions the book encourages reader to consider, and that'll be after her read excerpt of her book. And so, just going forward, after spending time, because I read the book already, there's nothing nothing to it but to do it for real. One message stands out clearly. Ideas alone don't create change. Action does. We all have dreams, goals, and plans, but progress begins when we decide to move beyond thinking and start doing. The title itself serves as a reminder that the first step is often the most important one. This book, there's nothing to it but to do it, speaks to anyone who has ever felt stuck, postponed a dream, or waited for the perfect time to begin. Whether you're an entrepreneur, student, professional, creative, or someone working toward personal growth, its message encourages readers to trust the process and take meaningful action. The topic is especially relevant today because we live in a world filled with information, inspiration, and endless opportunities to learn. Yet many people find themselves overwhelmed by choices or held back by fear, self doubt, or procrastination. This book shifts the focus from consuming more information to applying what we already know. So as you reflect as I'm reading, on today's spotlight, consider these questions. What goal have you been putting off that deserves your attention today? What's one small action you can take this week to move closer to that goal? Are fear or uncertainty keeping you from taking the first step? How might your life change if you committed to consistent action instead of waiting for perfect circumstances? These are the kinds of conversations that MICPT Reading Circle is designed to inspire. Not just reading books, but allowing their messages to challenge us, encourage us, and motivate us to grow. All right, and we are doing a read aloud part of chapter 8, and it's entitled Success. So, have a healthy relationship with life. That is a quote by Arlice Marshall. And with that in mind, success is a highly individual concept, and for me, it's all about achieving balance in every aspect of my life. It means effectively managing my home, work, volunteering, family, and church commitments. While excelling at work is important, maintaining a healthy balance across all areas of life is crucial. I firmly believe in being well rounded and stable in all aspects, including health. Giving back through volunteer work in the community or at my church is a priority for me. I am confident that we all have a role to play in making a positive impact on the world. Getting married in August 2023 has brought balance to both my family and business life. It's crucial to highlight that we observe October 1st through October 31st as National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And she has a picture on that page. And just to complete this portion of this section, listen, given my previous battle with breast cancer, I'm deeply committed to volunteering this month to raise awareness and offer support. I can share my journey with other survivors and those going through similar struggles. At events, I speak openly about my triumph over breast cancer and often provide information through vendor booths about cancer policies. My primary goal is to connect with fellow survivors and extend support to families affected by this devastating diagnosis. One area I am currently dedicated to improving is my health. I have started a pescatarian diet and am striving for consistency in my workout routine to enhance the balance in my life. We must acknowledge our areas for improvement and be truthful with ourselves. Can you also reflect on areas where balance may lack in your life? We must consistently assess and address the areas where improvement is needed daily. Nurturing a positive relationship with life is imperative. You might think, here we go with my mentor again, but I've studied her life closely. I had the confidence to ask her to be my mentor when she was just 27 because I saw her vital intelligence and drive in the business world. At 33 years old, she owns several properties and maintains a disciplined daily routine, including waking up early, running 4 miles, and arriving at work by 7:30 a.m. She gets home, works with her kids, doing homework, and repeats those steps. I have always admired her ability to stay focused and organized. It has inspired me to do the same and helped me keep my life on track. Seeing someone consistently show these qualities motivates me to follow suit, especially when I see the success it brings to their life and where you want to be. Specific individuals exuded the undeniable glow of balance all over their faces, and she was one of them. It's not that these individuals don't face the same problems or issues, it's more about how they choose to respond to them. Several occurrences I have experienced lately would have compelled me to abandon my office earlier. Having the balance of all areas of life allows me to remember that this action will not lead me to success. Here are things you can do to be in balance, life balance. Recognize those areas you need to work on. Are those areas way out of balance or need a little adjusting? Maintain those areas that are well rounded and balanced. Be in tune and in line with what you want out of life. Be mindful of how your family, friends, and social life fit in that balance. How do we handle success? Often it's easy to get success, but can you maintain it? Many of us fail to realize that we rise and subsequently fall, our proverbial roller coaster, right? How do you become stable or continue to grow? Success comes when you stay focused, stay hungry, stay humble, seek knowledge, and stay eager to learn more. Again, leading with love. So here I just read, as I was sharing here, read a brief permissible excerpt or summarize a section of the book that I did just read a portion of chapter 8. There's nothing to it but to do it, and it lets you know there is more than a step by step on how to accomplish success in all aspects of life. There is more meat about Arlice Marshall and her progress, as hopefully you have heard. Absolutely. And now we are talking about what stood out to you. If you want to put that in the comment area, to be great. Why this passage matters. Again, that's chapter 8. When you come to the maid and come to the store to purchase her book, there's nothing to it but to do it. You'll see that there's more information. It's a great book. I'm telling you, it's not just because I read it. All, I've already read the book, but just from that portion, you can tell is much more than the book shares. The book cover shares. So I just wanted to ask you, what do you think about before reading any book, actually? And then now that you have heard about There's Nothing to It But to Do It by Arlice Marshall, maybe you might want to share in the comment area as well. What do you think? And about There's Nothing to It But to Do It. And then here, I just want to invite you all to participate with these questions that you can go back to as well in the comments area, and I will respond to these questions as well. What do you think this book is really about? And thank you in advance for participating. What questions would you ask the author? because we will be able to have an interview with her. Has a book ever changed your perspective? Which part of this discussion made you want to read more? All right. And just an excerpt here, information why books matter, or shall I say, for a reminder. Every book represents years of experience, imagination, research, and courage. When we support authors, we preserve stories, strengthen literacy, and encourage future generations to continue writing their own. So, in closing, today's reading circle wasn't about replacing the book, it was about opening the door to it. If today's conversation sparked your curiosity, visit the Made in Compton store and discover this featured title by Arlice Marshall. There's nothing to it but to do it. So until next time, keep reading, keep learning, keep supporting authors, because every great legacy begins with someone willing to write the first page. All right. This has been the MICPT Reading Circle, where we don't just read books, we read between the lines, discover the purpose behind the pages, and celebrate the authors who preserve our stories for generations to come. Until next time, everybody, have a great, great time.